Greetings. This is Esther with Starry Blessings Astrology. And today I'd like to talk to you about a little ritual, what I call a death rebirth ritual. If I weren't so Plutonian, I might say, release and attraction, for some of the softer of those of you out there. That might be an easier way to experience the lunar cycles. But for me, I feel like it's a death every month and a rebirth every month. What do I get to let go of? It's no longer a part of me. What do I get to bring in that I want to attract? So the full moon ritual is the death process, the letting go. And it's super easy. You want to light a candle. Always better light a candle than to curse the darkness. So get your little candle out. Maybe you have your crystals around, your favorite crystals. This is one of my favorite crystals. And then you want to get out a piece of paper and a little writing implement. Don't do this on the computer. This is handwritten. This is from your heart. And I want you to write down everything that you believe about yourself that is not true. That either somebody told you you were like that, or the collective sees you in a certain way and has labeled you, or all the false self-titles. False self-titles. This is an important concept to realize that often you are talking to yourself during the day and telling yourself false things about yourself and then labeling yourself incorrectly. False self-titles. So like, I'm fat, I'm stupid, I don't matter, I don't deserve to have a good life, I don't deserve abundance, I don't deserve love. I mean, it's endless, the list. We know, pick a few that are top of the, if you want to write a whole bunch, that's great. But get in some core ones, because they are the ones that are tripping you up. They are the ones that are stopping you from living your full potential. And why shouldn't you be living your full potential? Why not? Because you have thought forms that have been imprinted in you that says that you can't, shouldn't, won't, whatever. So you make your list and you read it. You say, oh yeah, okay, I see these things. They're not true. They're not true. They're like, how would you read this list if this list was written about your best friend? You would say, no, my best friend's like that. She's fabulous. I love her. She's wonderful, or he, wonderful, wonderful. So this is where you have to get to with yourself, because if you're not your own best friend, hello, who's going to be your best friend? So you make your list, you read it over, read it a couple of times, read it as much as you want, really get into like how terrible you are to yourself and these terrible things that you say to yourself. And then you want to burn the piece of paper. Do it in the sink or in a bowl. Be careful, don't set the house on fire. And then take those ashes. And those ashes, you want to either flush down the toilet or put down the sink with running water. Or if you live near a natural body of water, creek is great, the ocean, put them in there. Let the mother take them back to her and recycle them into something else. And what she's going to recycle them into is what you're going to do at the new moon. So the new moon is when the sun and the moon are at the same degree of the same sign. And it is a time of attraction, initiation, and bringing in rebirth. And at the new moon, you want to make a list of your correct self-titles. I am loving and generous. I am a kind person. I really care what happens on the planet. I'm an attractive person. I'm unique. Whatever. Make your list of what you really know in your core of core, in your heart of hearts, what you really know is true about yourself. And then you want to take that list. Don't burn that list. That's the keeper list. And you want to put it somewhere where you see things, your desk, your car, I don't know, wherever you look every day, your bathroom mirror. Take a look at that list and say, this is really the truth of me, and this is what I'm calling into my life. I'm calling into the truth of myself and not these false self-titles. That's So you're going to have to do it every month. You're going to have to do it at the full moon. You're going to be full again with crap you've heard from other people, or stuff that you're digging up from your own insides that you heard when you were younger, all not true. I mean, I grew up in a family where my hair was called bad. You have bad hair, bad hair. This was long before they had products, and we would iron our hair, and we would put it in these giant frozen orange juice cans to make everything straight. But of course that doesn't work. As soon as you walk outside and it's humid, boom, you got those curls back again. So I don't have bad hair. I have curly hair. So there you go. So it can be something very simple like that, but it can be something that has created a trauma for you in your life because you've believed it to be true and it's not. So we want to use the genius of the full moon and the new moon, the genius of the moon, which is our intuition, our knowingness, what we know is actually true and correct. And we want to implement what we know is true and correct for us in our own programming so that we can navigate our life with more ease and grace, because it's a wild ride, and it's a particularly wild ride right now. And so you want to enjoy it because it's the ride you're on. So you might as well be having a good time. And the way to have a good time is to be raw and real with yourself. So I hope you try these little rituals and really give yourself the gift of the lunar cycles and the gift of letting go of all the stuff that isn't true about you, so that you can really start loving yourself in a real way. Because remember, you are love always, and you will always return back to love. This is Esther with Starry Blessings Astrology.